what is it that guys are really looking for when it comes to physical attraction?
I guess it depends. Eh. Like some people like mestiza, some people like morena, some people like short, tall, whatever. It has their own preferences.
Yeah.
Um, but just honestly, men love a confident. Men loves a confident woman.
How do
Gustong
you kind of gauge the confidence level? Like, what does that look like?
mafe-feel naman ng guy kung like if the girl is needy, clingy, and all of these things, pero gusto ng lalaki i-win yung girl na like, oh my gosh.
But I've known some uh people na parang ano naman, hindi naman sobrang hirap i-win. Like, okay, like, yeah, open din siya. Okay, then, like, what's that?
Oh, they're weird. But anyway, gusto ng lalaki yung i-win niya yung girl. Like, gusto ng guy makita yung babae na okay tayo, pero you don't need me. Parang gusto ng lalaki
Hmm.
yung challenge na yun, uy, hindi ako kailangan
Okay.
nito ah. How will I be very important in this person's life? And honestly, girls, don't be like a stupid girl. Like yung marami kasing babae na parang matalino naman, binababa sarili nila, binababa
Yeah,
nila
I've
standards
seen
nila
that.
just
Oh
to
my,
get a guy.
that is so true.
I mean, just for example, I've seen girls na like, matalino sila pero napapakabobo for a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ganun eh. And tayo, we kicked it off because we had very deep, weird conversations in
Yeah,
depth. So ganun tayo naging close. We
yeah.
like
I
serious
mean,
conversation. So,
it of course there's a part where being yourself really is wins. It's really important because then if you fake it though, like imagine being in a relationship na 1 year, 2 years time, and the real colors show. You won't want the person to feel like you've been faking this.
yeah.
So really the best is of course to be yourself, like to know yourself, love yourself, be yourself. um in terms of
Hi everyone. Welcome to the I Do podcast with JPaul, and
Viv Hernandez.
we are powered by Coffee Beans Manila. Every bag of coffee you purchase, Coffee Beans Manila donates 10% of the profits to Jeremiah Foundation.
Yeah, this is a safe shelter for sexually abused young girls. So kindly support this mission.
All right. So, on our second episode, let's talk about this a little bit. Our first episode was a bit like ooh, tight, intense. It was really like got me a lot of emotions. So, babe, uh, so we let's talk about like a lot of girls ask this question because a lot of girls parang ang problem nila is maganda ba ako? Ba't mas maganda ba siya? Pangit
Here,
ba ako?
here.
Ba't di ba ako nililigawan? Ano mang problema ko? Masyado bang mataray? So, for like, what's wrong with, like, girls wonder, what's wrong with me? Bakit hindi ako nililigawan?
Right. I've
And
asked
then,
that
what's
question before.
the...
Well, for guys, I was thinking, malandi ka ba? Or torpe ka ba? Hindi ba yun yung magkabilang ano? Yeah, so if y'all have thoughts about it, maybe you want to share it with us. Ano ka ba dun? Malandi ka ba? Torpe ka ba? Pag sa babae naman, ligawin ka ba? Or ano bang opposite ng ligawin ka ba?
Wala.
Aray.
Ouch.
Ouch yun.
Agoy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of address this issue. Well, I've asked this question kasi sa friends before natin na guys. Ligawin ba ako? Kasi, paano ba napunta yung conversation? Kasi, I think from my past relationship, it took a while for me to find, our relationship. And so I waited for, I think, 4 years I was single. And I was waiting with some other friends na girls din. Tapos parang nagtatanungan nga kami. ano, hindi ba tayo ligawin? Ano ba tayo? Masungit ba tayo? Ganyan. So we asked the guy. And her friend, my friend, his name's Kemi. He also has a podcast, by the way. Ano yung
Deli-
pangalan?
Delivery Boys Manila.
Delivery Boys Manila. Yeah. With Kimmy and John. Yep. And I asked him, sabi ko, paano mo alam kung ligawin ka? Ganyan. Kasi, ibig sabihin ba nun na, minsan kasi pag babae, like, inisip mo torpe lang ba siya? Kaya hindi niya ako nililigawan? Or, di ba talaga ako ligawin?
Hmm.
Parang gusto mo na isipin na torpe siya. Kasi, ayaw mo naman, di ba, na hindi ka ligawin. But I've noticed some girls, talagang madami naliligaw sa kanila. Like,
Hmm.
what is that? Like, I mean, because I wasn't like that. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Like, okay, maybe some may mga nagpapansin ganyan. Pero, I don't know. Not to the point na ibang girls talaga, alam mo eh, very ligawin. I don't know if it's because they're nurturing or they're nice or they're friendly. Well, this guy, Kimi said na, maybe kasi, mukha ka masungit. Hindi ka nagsismile. Hindi ka approachable. Tobel.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially in the Filipino culture or any guy, they think they want that man eater thing. Ano ba? Yung
I have
parang
no idea what that is. What
parang
that reference is.
scary girl and dominatrix type. I don't know what you call that. Pero yung some people think they like it, but honestly, a guy wants a girl that they can have fun with, that they can enjoy life with. Because guys are very simple. We're not like, I think the problem with girls, you have a fantasy in your head about if I do this, they're gonna like me, and
Right.
it's like there are so many stories, and like
Yeah.
a guy is very simple. Laugh at his jokes, no matter how baduy. Like, oh,
That works.
that girl likes
I
me.
guess that did work on
Yes.
you.
and so just a guy wants somebody to journey with in their life. They want somebody to go to just have their ups and downs, and that's it, and they're good. No need for the drama, no need for all the arte, because guys are very simple. So yes, I think a lot of girls, because they create a certain fantasy story that's crazy in their head, um, instead of attracting a guy, they end up rejecting the guy or pushing the right guys away because
Yeah.
of whatever's going on in their
Does
life.
this happen to guys then? Yung parang, pag pinansin ba niya ako, papansinin ko ba siya agad? Or hindi muna? Or like, kung mag-text ba siya, mag-reply ako agad? Or hindi muna? Does that matter? Because I think we girls think about it a lot.
I think if you're a guy na predatory,
Oh,
na player ka, you really
Oh,
think about,
right.
you play the game. But
Right.
if you're a good guy who just really likes a girl, whatever, you would want to be in constant communication with the girl. Of course, I mean, we're not like girls that like, let's talk all day. Pero yung like, you want to be connected. Guys
Yeah.
like to hang out and be stupid, do nothing. Ganun guys very simple. So, if the guy is playing games with you, may modus operandi yan. He's
Ooh,
just
that's...
playing like our friend, diba? Like
yeah, we have a friend.
yeah,
Right.
the guy, parang he's in and out of the relationship.
Yep.
Like, but then when the girl is um like falling mo okay na, healing na, biglang magtatapon ng onting breadcrumb.
Ew.
Kasi mahuhook ulit sa girl.
That's
So you know
horrible.
that. Pero like you notice, a lot of our friends who are happily married, they just always were together, fell in love.
Right.
Um,
Medyo suabe.
suabe,
Hindi
less
siya
drama.
Yeah, less drama, less games.
Yeah.
I think you don't want to play a lot of those games.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a waste of time.
I mean, you play games when you're in high school, but if you're finding your one
Yeah.
true love, dude.
Yes. So, paano ng girl malalaman kung ligawin siya or torpe na talaga yung lalaki? Lahat ba ng lalaki kaya yung parang, I like you, I wanna court you, da-da-da, or there are some guys na talagang torpe. Like talagang...
Yes, but yes and no. Here's what I really believe. Sometimes the girls are more in love with the idea of being swept away. So it has to be like that hunky guy, Prince Charming.
Wow.
Even if he's a douche, even if he's lazy, there's a guy who likes you but so torpe and telling, I like you.
Right.
But that guy, a good guy, he's gonna take care of you and all of these things.
Mm.
So, but you still are more in love with the story that you're gonna tell your friends and you're gonna tell your grandchildren than the safety of finding real love. So,
But isn't it the same way with like some girls maybe feeling ko lang bakit sila ligawin? It's because they're so extrovertedly out there. They really are so friendly. But how about the girls who are really quite shy but are actually fantastic?
it's
They're
it's
just
it's
really
it's, it's
shy.
not about being shy. Shy and being shy is normal. I know a lot of friends in college who were shy. Ligaw pa rin sa kanila. They're happily married.
How though? I mean, I think that with this legal stuff, there has to be some kind of attraction, like parang on a very not physical level, but like on a very um, you have to actually be there, right? There has to exist like some kind of chemistry or some kind of something. But for the girls, and we know so many girls like this, they're really great, they're fantastic, they're intelligent, they're beautiful, but they don't put themselves out there. You know what I mean? I think problem siya
But I
ng
think it's also
girls.
because girls, I want to have a boyfriend, but they're not like talking to guys. Even if it's
Yeah,
like,
because they're shy. That's what I'm
but
saying.
you
I
have
think
office
it's
mates.
yeah, but then
So
some of
so
those guys, not all guys. You don't want to be friendly to all guys. I mean, really, there are some girls who are a bit more shy, and there are some girls who probably just okay.
but
I just want to be friends with everybody.
it doesn't mean that way. You're not making yourself available to everyone, but you can be at least kind and good. Give yourself a good memory to people. Kasi that friend has a friend na guy.
Right?
So for example, how are
Yeah.
you spending your days? Girls, I'm shy. Oh yeah, you do go to yoga, you go to spinning class, you go to all where the girls are, you
Yeah.
go to a company, you work in HR, that kayo, babae, babae, babae. How will you meet a good guy?
I
What, sa
don't
bar?
know. I
Hindi.
get some.
No,
I guess you kind of
because
hope that he shows up,
but
right?
how will you be friends if you're not even having friends? You're not
Yeah.
opening
Well, I
your
think with the
heart.
part na you actually have to start making friends na guys na opposite sex sa'yo kasi yeah, I think otherwise they wouldn't really know. I mean, this is the
And
thing
that's I
though.
think where the
Like,
problem is. Sorry, babe.
yeah.
I think that's where the problem is with girls na parang kaya din any guy they meet, parang, is he the one? Is he the one? Kasi nga,
Yeah, well,
they,
that's part of it.
and then huwag sila magreklamo na heartbroken sila all the time.
Well, I mean,
If that's
it's
really the,
very complicated. Ito yung thing though, girls cannot, well, in at least in our setting, hindi naman kami naniligaw eh. Right?
yeah,
It's
pero
the guys. So,
how will you be ligawin if like you're not even opening yourself to friendship? Bihira
hmm,
kasi yung girls na like may nangligaw sa yoga before na pinainting ka sa coffee shop. That's
yeah.
like one
Oh,
in
that really happened.
yeah. So there's a guy who painted Viv in a coffee shop. So anyway, very
I think
stalker. I
women,
think very
women
stalker.
kind of like that though.
Alam mo kasi gwapo lang yung guy,
Well,
kaya parang medyo kinilig ka. Pero but I was thinking about, that's kind of like creepy. Like, without permission. Alam mo, kung pangit yung lalaki,
what?
tapos dinrowing ka niya ng gano'n, I'm sure magpapanik ka, pero kasi may itsura yung guy,
Yeah. Well,
natuwa ka.
or maybe just the whole idea of like who does this, right? And wala lang. I was single, and sometimes yeah, I guess these things like women do kind of like the fantasy thing and like the killing stuff. What? Well, back to the question: ligawin ka ba or hindi? Huh? It's a tough thing to actually look inside yourself and go like, oh my gosh, oo nga, hindi nga ako ligawin. And ask yourself like, well, are you being friendly to people? Are you actually putting yourself out there? Are you open
Yeah.
to kind of, and will guys feel that though pag open ka or hindi?
Yeah.
How will they feel it? Like what are the signs that you can put out there that will kind of show a guy now, wait, hey, I'm available. I'm
Hmm.
interesting. What? Like what are the signs that maybe guys are looking for?
Well, it's just really hanging out. We test it with hanging out, jokes. yung guys would always try to test their boundaries. Eh. Like your son, test his boundaries.
Why?
That's how we're made. Eh. That's how we're designed.
What do you mean by test your boundaries? Like a specific
Aasarin ka
example.
niya, tapos kung mapikon ka, ay, hindi pala siya fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kasi
I
you'll
don't
be
know.
together forever. Eh. Tapos parang one joke, eh kung mahilig siya mag-joke. Hindi, di ba? Or, like, for example, the guy loves Pokemon. For example,
Mm.
and you abhor that, why would a guy want to be with somebody that abhors what he loves? That's
Well,
stupid.
yeah.
So the guy will test it out. So
Mm.
so it's really honestly for the girls, it's like recruitment or sales, marketing. Pag hindi ka nagustuhan ng lalaki, it's not because you're ugly or not good. It just means hindi fit. Hindi fit yung binibenta or minamarket dun sa binibentahan or minamarket, or hindi ka fit dun sa parang company na nire-recruitan mo or
Mm-hmm.
ina-applyan mo ng job. I think it's more of that on a positive note, not just because you're ugly or not wonderful. Hindi lang swak.
But how do you think that women can up their attraction level? I mean, syempre given na naman na, kind of look at your best, kind of, right?
Mm.
Like, I mean, you don't have to do the false eyelashes or like whatever, but just make sure, you're well kept and like wala lang, parang you feel fresh, you feel good, right? I mean, what is it that guys are really looking for when it comes to physical attraction?
I guess it depends. Eh. Like some people like mestiza, some people like morena, some people like short, tall, whatever. It has their own preferences.
Yeah.
Um, but just honestly, men love a confident. Men loves a confident woman.
How do
Gustong
you how do you kind of gauge the confidence level? Like, what does that look like?
mafe-feel naman ng guy kung like if the girl is needy, clingy, and all of these things. Pero gusto ng lalaki i-win yung girl na like, oh my gosh.
But I've known some uh people na parang ano naman, hindi naman sobrang hirap i-win. Like, okay, like, yeah, open din siya. Okay, then, like, what's that?
Oh, they're weird. But anyway, gusto ng lalaki yung i-win niya yung girl. Like, gusto ng guy makita yung babae na okay tayo, pero you don't need me. Parang gusto ng lalaki
Mm,
yung challenge na yun, uy, hindi ako kailangan
okay.
nito ah. How will I be very important in this person's life? And honestly, girls, don't be like a stupid girl. Like yung marami sing babae na parang matalino naman, binababa sarili nila, binababa
Yeah,
nila
I've
standards
seen
nila
that.
just
Oh
to
my.
get a guy.
That is so true.
I mean, just for example, I've seen girls na like, matalino sila pero napapakabobo for a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ganun eh. And tayo, we kicked it off because we had very deep, weird conversations in
Yeah.
depth. So, ganun tayo naging close. We
Yeah,
like
I
serious
mean,
conversation. So,
of course there's a part where being yourself really is wins. It's really important because then if you fake it though, like imagine being in a relationship na 1 year 2 years time and the real colors show. You won't want the person to feel like you've been faking this.
yeah.
So really the best is of course to be yourself, like to know yourself, love yourself, be yourself. um in terms of ligawin nga, parang it's hard because you kind of still really have to physically put yourself out there for the girls. I mean, it's it's a challenge for guys to not know that you exist if you don't actually to know that you exist if you don't put yourself out there, right? I
Yeah.
mean, at least what I did was to join a church community like this because that's where I wanted to meet guys from there, from that
Mm.
kind of setting. So that's what I did. Uh, went out of my comfort zone. I mean, I'm terribly shy, and I don't think I would ever be the person like na parang can just like come up to a person and like talk to that person. That's not me. So I kind of intentionally put myself in a situation where there would be a number of people there that I could be friends with, guys that I could get to know. Um, and yeah, and it worked for me, I guess, because I was open. I mean, I wasn't desperate, but I was just open. I just really was interested, I think,
Mm.
in getting to know. guys, and in a very healthy way, in a good
Yeah.
way.
I guess lastly, I think guys don't like girls who are desperate for love. Like yung nagpo-post sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sana magka-boyfriend na ako. Guys run away from that.
Or you wouldn't even want to put yourself in a position na pwede kang i-predat.
Yeah, kasi
Pray.
ang lalandi sa'yo yung mga may balak eh. A
Yeah,
guy who would want to
that's
use you. If you
oh
want a good guy, it has to be like landi with friendship. There's a dance and you'll have to
yeah,
figure it out.
right. So that's yeah, that's good. I mean, for the ladies, really, if you feel like hindi ka ligawin, um, it can really just be timing and not like a physical thing. Because I know we go into that rabbit hole really quickly and go like, is it my looks? Is it the way, my mind or my intellect or something? And sometimes it's really not. Just I think the thing is learning to be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
And I think dun lumalabas yung confidence, possibly.
Yeah.
So, for the guys naman na, malandi ka ba or torpe? Yung malandi ka ba kasi, it's, I guess it kind of gets you the girl just because you're out there so much and you speak your mind and you kind of go like, hey, I like you or something. But you know that that's just at the beginning, right? Not necessarily that this person is gonna be a healthy partner or something. And I'm very wary about malandina guys for sure. Yung torpe, what are the signs of torpe? Like, how would you even know what they're thinking? Kung torpe nga sila.
I guess the problem, for example, with torpe nice guys and with their drama about being not liked by girls is that, guys, just because you're nice doesn't mean a girl should like you.
Mm, that's
Kasi some guys, para their drama is, I'm nice to her, why does she like me? It's not her role. So it's she likes you because you proved yourself to her. So it's to you, if you can't speak eloquently, then find a way to prove yourself to the girl. So that's your challenge as a guy.
yeah.
So you use your strength. Kung ano man yung strength mo, lumandi ka that way. Um, I guess that's where I think yung nagko-crossover. I think a lot of girls thought that I was very flirty and malandi, even if I wasn't. Because I'm just very like curious. I like
You're
listening to stories.
interested.
I'm very
Yeah.
interested. So there were many times na like parang akala nung girl nililigawan ko siya, may mga girls na umamin sa akin. Tapos parang may nagalit sa akin. So I didn't think that I was like,
You were leading them on, let's
yeah,
say.
yeah, and I was like, not because they're ugly or what. It's just like, dude, I was enjoying the conversation. I was enjoying the
Ooh,
friendship.
women, be wary about your feelings. I mean, I guess if you do come across someone like my husband who cares a lot and he likes to have these really good conversations, I think sometimes women might fall for something like that just because it shows that you're interested in them as a human being, I
Mm.
think. And it's kind of, yeah, we ladies have to be on guard.
And I guess, for example, you notice that's why I can like really am good at selling stuff because I listen to who I'm talking to. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because my skill. I like, okay, ano ba, I figure out with intuition, ano ba yung needs ng tao
Yeah.
somehow. And that's why I can like give a solution or sell something to a customer. And siguro ganun lang ako naturally, that's my natural gift. But yes, but also there were days na malandi din naman ako. And paano malalaman malandi? It's like you go out of, a guy who lives in the north. Hahatid niya yung babae sa south.
Yeah.
And sabihin on the way, yun ang extra landi friendly.
Extra effort.
Pero yung like a friend is there or yun. So, kailangan mo rin maging maingat. Guys, ingat ka. You have to check your boundaries. And girls, hindi lahat ng friendly type ka. Or pwede. So, it's really a dance again. But yes, there are guys na malandi just for the sake of malandi. So, I guess to the girls, I just want to say na, hey, before you shut off a guy, kilalanin mo muna.
Right.
Kasi maybe, maybe he's just really shy. Maybe he's like tremendously introverted.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a chance. If hindi talaga, tell him. Don't lead him on. A guy would appreciate, hey, you're a wonderful guy, but you're not my type. If ever. Mas ma-appreciate pa ng guy yan eh. Kesa hinuhook mo yung guy, mas nakakapikon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a guy, just because you're a nice dude, doesn't, you don't, you're not entitled to be loved. Sorry. Masakit, diba? Pero you have to prove your worth to the girl. You have to win her heart. So, doon. So, you don't have to be like Shakespeare. You don't have to be like the richest guy in the room. You don't have to be an athlete, but you use your strengths to, you know, to woo her. And marami naman girls ngayon na can be geeky, can be nerdy. No?
Yeah.
I
And
forced my wife.
we're seeing it more now, though. I mean,
Yeah.
women are really coming out of their shell and just proving to the world that they have so much. There's so many facets to being a woman too. It's not just. Well, I'm not the type, of course, who likes comics and stuff and geeky stuff, but I'm sure a lot of women are into that stuff. And hey, guy, you might find a girl like that, and why not? You deserve someone who shares the same passions.
Yeah.
You know, if you love some weird things and you meet a girl who loves these kind of weird things too, that's great. Like, it's hard to actually find someone that you'll feel it just gets you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we found with each other. um yeah, I mean, we didn't play games. That's the thing. And that is true, we didn't play games. That's just not a good space to be in, because you're kidding yourself and you're wasting your time. And I remember asking you, so ano na to? We were friends, and then I actually asked you, what is this? Because I didn't want to kind of, basta I remember na if you kind of wait for the guy, or you ask the guy, kung kunyari nagpapakita siya ng signs na type kanya or what, no? Make it clear.
Yeah.
Ask for that clarification. That's the least that you could do for yourself, not waste your time, and make sure that you're investing in this may pagpupuntahan tong ano na to, relationship na to, right?
Yep. Ay. Yeah. So, without being said, maybe share your stories to us. Message us on the platform, and just share. Have you had stories of you felt ugly and hindi ka ba ligawin? Or ligawin ka ba? And how? Maybe if you're ligawin, maybe you can share to us and maybe we can read it to our
Yeah.
listeners. For the nice guys who feel that you're finishing last, maybe tell your story as well. I'd love to help you. And because I just look very tough and on my exterior, and that athletic type and who speaks, but my wife knows I am tremendously geeky, right, baby?
Yeah, and vulnerable.
I
And emotional.
yeah.
So, I mean, everyone has all of these kinds of emotions and stuff inside of them. And it's really best to get to know the person as a whole and not judge first, right? I mean, give the person a chance.
Thank you for joining I Do Podcast. Please support Coffee Beans Manila. And yeah, see you on our next episode. And I hope you find your one true love very, very soon.
See you guys.